Welcome to Solar Age, the podcast that shines a light on the path to a brighter, more sustainable future. Join us as we explore the transformative power of technology in creating a Solarpunk world.
Welcome back to Solar Age. We're all about exploring those bright futures where technology and nature kind of work together, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Today, we are going to take a deep dive into how AI could actually help us unlock limitless abundance.
Sounds promising.
And, especially when it comes to something I think we'd all love a bit more of, time.
You're telling me. I think we can all relate to that.
So this deep dive stems from an interview over at Lifespan News with Dr. Ben Goertzel.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's this leading AI expert. He's working on AGI,
Wow.
Singularity Net, and get this,
What?
he leads an AI-powered band.
Really? I mean, that's amazing. It seems like AI is already starting to enhance our creativity, instead of just replacing us, right?
Yeah.
Like, just imagine everyone composing their own music, writing novels, designing eco-cities, all with the help of their AI partners.
That's what I'm talking about. That's Solarpunk in action. It's not all doom and gloom like a lot of the narratives we hear.
No, absolutely not.
It gets better.
Yeah.
So Dr. Goertzel describes this idea of a virtual galaxy of alien mind species that's emerging from AI.
So it won't be a single entity, right? It'll be like this vast array of different minds.
Exactly, like digital characters, AI twins, and even concepts we haven't even dreamed up yet.
That's fascinating.
Okay, so now get this. This is where it gets mind-blowing. Dr. Goertzel believes that there is a strong connection between this emergence of superintelligence and extending our own lifespans.
What does he mean by that?
He thinks a true superintelligence could actually solve aging.
Whoa.
Yeah. So think about that, right? What would our societies look like if we no longer face death? Like, how would we approach our lives, our work, our relationships?
That's huge. It kind of really changes everything, doesn't it?
It does. So how do we even get to this level of AI? Dr. Goertzel is working on something called OpenCog Hyperon. It's kind of like a super AI toolkit, right? It combines all these different AI techniques. So like deep learning and logical reasoning.
So he is basically saying to create something really intelligent, we need to combine all these different approaches, right?
Yeah. He believes this multifaceted approach is kind of the key to solving these super complex problems, like aging, because true intelligence isn't just about crunching numbers.
It's about applying it. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so now, and this is where things get even more solarpunk, Dr. Goertzel really emphasizes that truly intelligent AI needs to be way more than just a program. Like, it needs goals, it needs motivation, maybe even a physical presence, like robots.
That's interesting. So not just a tool, but more like a partner, right? Like collaborating with us to solve problems, to create art, to build a sustainable future.
Yes. It really aligns with the whole solarpunk ethos, right? Technology is this force for good.
Yeah.
But to really make this AI revolution beneficial for everyone, truly beneficial, we're going to need a lot of data.
Of course, yeah.
And that is where Dr. Goertzel sees blockchain coming in.
Ah, I see.
These platforms like Singularity Net, they can ensure that data is secure and accessible for all of the researchers who are involved in this research.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's kind of democratizing longevity research, right? Like a global network where everyone can contribute and collaborate.
Exactly. Okay, so now Dr. Goertzel isn't just talking the talk. He's actually using AI right now. He's analyzing data from this project called Long Live Flies.
Long live fly.
To identify these key genes that influence lifespan. So he's using AI to decode the secrets of aging, one gene at a time.
That's amazing. I mean, by analyzing these massive data sets, AI can help us see patterns that we'd never be able to see on our own, right?
Yeah. Now, all of this is super exciting, but it makes you wonder, who benefits?
That's a good question.
So Dr. Goertzel is calling for more diverse funding models, right? And more of a focus on early stage system level research.
I see. So we need to move away from just relying on big pharma.
Yeah. He really wants to ensure that all of this incredible research benefits all of humanity, not just, a select few.
That's very solarpunk.
So my question for you all listening out there, what if we could actually overcome disease and aging?
Yeah, I mean, what would that mean?
How would that transform our lives? How would it transform our world? How would it transform our communities? What would it mean for our understanding of being human?
That's a really powerful question.
It is. It's really making me think, like, what kind of world could we create if we use these tools, for good? If we approach the future with this Solarpunk mindset.
That is a fantastic question for everyone to consider. What kind of future do we want?
What role will technology play?
I don't know about you, but this really has me thinking.
Me too. I can't wait to see what the future holds.
And to make these breakthroughs happen faster, Dr. Goertzel has something to say about the way we're funding longevity research.
What's that?
He thinks relying so heavily on big pharma could be slowing us down.
He doesn't hold back, does he?
Not really, but he makes a good point.
How so?
Well, big pharma has to focus on, making money.
Right.
And that can get in the way of some of these, really big ideas.
That's true.
So he suggests we need to shift away from just trying to find, individual treatments and think more holistically.
More like a system-level approach.
Exactly. Instead of just treating symptoms,
Right.
we need to try to really understand the root causes of aging itself.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
It's like instead of trying to patch up potholes in the road over and over.
You just build a better road.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Thanks.
And to do that, it takes a different way of thinking,
For sure.
We have to be open to funding those early research projects that might not pay off right away.
But could lead to some really incredible discoveries.
Exactly.
That's what makes this whole idea of limitless abundance so exciting.
Totally.
Because if we figure out how to stop aging, it's not just about, living longer.
It's about living better.
Right. And healthier and having more fulfilling lives.
Think about it. People in their 80s and 90s still contributing to society,
Yeah.
starting businesses, pursuing passions, sharing their wisdom.
Now that's a future worth fighting for.
Definitely.
But how do we actually make it happen? Dr. Goertzel talks about how AI could model like the entire human body at a cellular level,
That's ambitious.
which could totally revolutionize the way we understand aging.
For sure, but to do that, you'd need tons of data.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
That's where open source data comes in.
Ah, I see.
So it's like we're building this global brain for longevity research.
Where everyone can contribute.
Exactly. A network of researchers all working together,
For a common goal.
sharing data, testing theories, speeding up progress.
It's really amazing when you think about it.
So we have all this potential for breakthroughs in AI and longevity,
We do.
but we need to rethink our approach
Be more collaborative.
and be willing to take risks on those big ideas.
That's where the Solarpunk mindset comes in.
It is. It really is.
It's about believing in a future where technology helps us create a more equitable and sustainable world for everyone.
That's the dream.
And understanding that the problems we're facing are all connected.
Like climate change, disease, aging.
They all require us to, work together and think big.
It's about seeing the potential for positive change.
Using technology to help us reach our full potential.
Exactly. One thing Dr. Goertzel said really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
He said that the first real breakthrough in longevity, something that proves we can extend human lifespan, will change everything.
That makes sense.
He said it'll be like the ChatGPT moment for longevity.
I like that analogy.
Me too. Once people realize aging isn't inevitable, that it's a problem we can solve, the world will never be the same.
I think you're right.
It's about moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset.
Absolutely.
The limits we think we have might only be in our heads.
With the right tools and the right approach.
We can do incredible things.
More than we can even imagine right now.
This is what I love about these deep dives.
It's inspiring.
It's not just about the science, it's about the possibilities.
For a brighter future for everyone.
It reminds me of that Buckminster Fuller quote.
Which one?
Technology is the extension of man.
I like that one.
We're not separate from technology.
It's a part of us.
We're always interacting with it, shaping it.
And it's shaping us.
And now with AI, things are getting even more complex.
That's for sure.
So the question is, will we be in control or will technology control us?
That's a big question.
We need to think about it because the choices we make today will determine what kind of future we have.
These conversations are so important.
They really are.
We need to explore these ideas, challenge our assumptions.
And envision a future that is truly worthy of our potential.
It's up to us to create that future.
Every choice we make, every action we take contributes to the world we're building.
It doesn't have to be some huge leap. Dr. Goertzel also talks about how even small steps forward in longevity could make a big difference for everyone.
That's true.
Like imagine just adding 5 or 10 healthy years to our lifespans.
That would be incredible.
It could change how we think about everything,
Education,
retirement.
relationships. We might be more willing to go after those long-term goals.
Oh, because we know we have more time.
Exactly.
And if those small advances keep happening,
Who knows what's possible?
what if aging became a choice instead of something we just have to accept?
Wow.
Pretty wild to think about,
It
right?
definitely makes you question everything we think we know about,
Mhm.
what it means to be human.
But it also opens up so many amazing possibilities.
A world where we can keep learning and growing for so much longer.
It makes you wonder, if we do reach that point where everyone lives longer, what happens to the idea of legacy?
What do you mean?
Well, right now we're all kind of driven by this idea of, leaving our mark on the world before our time runs out.
That's true.
But if time isn't a factor anymore, does that change how we think about making a difference?
That's a really interesting question.
Is it? It's not something I've really thought about before.
Me neither.
But it's definitely worth considering as we explore these new possibilities.
I think so too.
Maybe we'll shift from focusing on individual legacy to a more collective purpose.
Like working together to create a better world for future generations.
Exactly.
That's such a Solarpunk idea.
It is. It's about recognizing that we're all connected
That we're all part of something bigger than ourselves.
and that we can work together to build a future that's truly amazing.
So to all our Solarpunk fans listening out there, I want to hear from you.
What do you think?
How would you live differently if you knew you had decades or even centuries ahead of you?
Would you change careers?
Travel the world.
Dedicate yourself to something you're passionate about?
Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
We want to hear what kind of future you imagine.
For yourself and for humanity.
In a world where we don't have to worry about aging.
Let's keep this conversation going. The future isn't something that just happens to us.
We create it together.
And with the right tools.
The right mindset.
And a vision that's bright and bold.
We can build a world that's truly extraordinary.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
And we'll see you next time on Solar Age.
If you enjoyed this episode of The Solar Age, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you won't miss any future episodes. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below about what resonated with you or share any ideas you'd like us to explore in upcoming episodes. Let's keep the conversation about a brighter future going.